Pixels, you know what time it is? You know what
I think I do. Hold on, let me check my Apple Watch.
Apple Watch?
It's topic of the show.
It's topic of the show. We're bringing that way of introducing the biggest segment in our normal solid number gaming talks. I'm still with my boys Pixels and Mastalin. Their channel link will be in the description. Follow them, subscribe to them, support them there. Now, this is topic of the show, and it is Microsoft worried about PlayStation Pro? Question mark. Now, this question came to my head because, like, at the end of the day, we all know the next Microsoft console, Scorpio, will be stronger than PlayStation's PS4 Pro. So at the end of the day, we know. Everyone and their grandma knows. Ask your grandma right now. We'll wait. Did you ask her yet? Yes, she knows too. Look, we're gonna actually let Pixel go off first. Pixel, do you think Microsoft is worried about this PS4 Pro, this weaker console than Scorpio?
No, they already lost this generation. They don't really care. They pretty much trying to keep the customers happy. They're not trying to be like Nintendo and not bring no games. And they're waiting for the next generation. I think the Scorpio will be the last Xbox console. It will just be the Xbox console.
So you think Scorpio, the code name for the next Xbox, they're not gonna keep it, bro? Come on, come over here, man. Scorpio, man. They're not gonna keep the name?
No.
Man.
Nah. It's gonna be the Xbox.
The Xbox. Actually, yep. I like that. The Xbox. Wow, that, you know what? That would actually make sense if their console is upgradable via like a PC, like a PC. But going to Mastalin, and then we're gonna go deep into the question of, is Microsoft worried about PS4 Pro? But actually, before we go to Mastalin, going back to Pixel right quick, I need to ask them. You said they're not worried because they already lost the generation. Hold up, what you mean by that?
PlayStation sold more consoles. That's the end of generation.
I understand that, but what does they're not worried about PS4 Pro? Are you meaning like they don't even care no more? They're going
all out.
They're going. Okay, Mastalin, we're going to you. The question.
Yeah, it's like okay. I'll put it this way. Okay. It's like okay. Let's say you're in a fight and you know you lost.
Okay.
But okay, I can either run away.
Yeah.
Or I can continue to keep fighting. Basically, like I know I'm gonna lose.
Okay.
I'm gonna continue to keep fighting. That's like what Microsoft's pretty much doing.
All right. So you don't think they're worried about the PS4 Pro? They like Sony, do your thing. I'm gonna release my thing.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Mastalin, answer the question, please.
I'm gonna say no, but not exactly for the same reasons. The reason I say no is because the way Microsoft approach business, like the fanboy culture that we live in today, they think that those two companies are in competition with each other because they're the only two companies out there. But the way Microsoft approaches Xbox and the way they always have was an extension to get them into the living room against Apple. In all reality, Microsoft as a whole operates under one big umbrella that's competing with Apple. Everyone assumes they're competing with PlayStation because that is their direct competitor in the console market. Mm-hmm. But Microsoft is always working towards the bottom line. That's why, at the beginning of the year and late last year, everybody was talking about how they were going to spin off the Xbox brand and all this other stuff, which everyone's been saying for years, because everyone keeps assuming that Xbox is a separate entity from Microsoft, which it's not in any way, shape, or form. Xbox is simply another way for Microsoft to get Microsoft products into your living room, to get Microsoft products associated with everything you do. So I don't think they're worried because they have the money to just throw at this over and over again, which they've been doing, and they will continue to do. And B, as long as they are not losing to Apple in the being your number one home overall system, they don't care. Because just like they introduced the Play Anywhere and the crossplay, and you can stream to any Windows 10 PC and all that. That is them saying, hey, if you have Windows 10, you have an Xbox, you have a Surface Pro, you got all of these things all work together. It is the Microsoft family of products. PlayStation is PlayStation like as a whole. PlayStation is PlayStation as a whole. So since they're now focused on PlayStation, they're going to push that as much as possible. Xbox is going to push Xbox, but they're more so going to push, hey, we are Microsoft. Here's everything Microsoft brings to the table.
That was awesome. Awesome answer. Microsoft is a company, not Xbox. Microsoft is an umbrella, and not just one thing. But going back to the question, is Microsoft worried about PlayStation Pro? I would say no. Microsoft is not worried about PlayStation 4 Pro because it's an umbrella. But I will say the Xbox division is worried about PS4 Pro. Why? Now, hear me out. Whenever, I guess you could say, two people, and one of them is name calling, teasing, are just bashing the other, and the other one's not saying nothing. That, from the outside in, looks like a bully. It looks like this dude is teasing this dude, making fun of this dude, kind of just like, sorry man, it's the PC gamers. The PC gamers will tease console gamers, will bash the console gamers, and as Michael Packner say, they're like racist. Let me say this about what Michael Packner said about the PC community, saying they're like racist. Like he said, and I'll try to have these links in the description below. He was saying that they will bash anybody who's not on that platform. And let me say this, Mass. You may can attest to this or admit to this. At the end of the day, I sometimes go into posts or forums or videos and comment sections, and it is literally PS4 versus Xbox. And whenever they get to the power segments of their arguments, that's when you open the door, to PC, and they like, well, we're stronger. I even with Nardi, I was having a conversation with Nardi, my cousin, who's usually he's definitely a member of the show. We was talking about how he was saying like the Xbox Scorpio will be way superior than the PlayStation 4 as far as power and stuff like that. And whenever you start talking about power in hardware, you think of the strongest thing. PCs are able to go to the max and then beyond because of the flexibility with PCs. You can buy units and GPUs and motherboards and all that other stuff that you can just evolve your experience on PC, with Xbox being or PlayStation or console being fixed. So at the end of the day, and when you talk about power with the console with the console community, you introduce or open that door for a PC gamer to say, I'm running 12 feet Titans G8X teraflop 1,000 million. Like at the end of the day,
why do we always sound like the stereotypical nerd?
No, let me say this, man. I don't know. Look, that's how I read their comments, man. I be reading their comments just like that because at the end of the day, look. To be honest, console gamers, when they cry and talk about power and stuff like that, like we want frame rate, we want this or we want that. At the end of the day, like that's all crying, That's a bunch of dudes just crying out loud of they want a better experience. And obviously, the PC gamer come out of nowhere and say the better experience is, if you want power, is on PC. And console gamers know this. Let me say this, Mastalin. It's like PC gamers don't know that console gamers know that PC is the place if you want the locked frame rates on everything.
Yeah.
Console people know this, but let me hit you with this. Console gamers secretly, deep inside, know at the end of the day, what makes them console gamers over the people who want the best graphical fidelity and frame rate are the games. You know what I mean? Like from Nintendo 64, we talked about it. From, I guess you could say, from old games. Like we talked about Dreamcast. We talked about even the first gaming console. What was it? The Atari. You know, like at the end of the day, arguably these was definitely a step up in technology. Definitely no argument there. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean. People were talking about games experiences. When you went to your friend's house or whatever, or they came to yours, you talked about the games you was playing. To be honest, Mastalin, console gamers were ignorant as far as frame rate and 1080p and stuff like that.
But,
you know,
and that's why we enter the conversation, because when y'all talking about games, you notice the PC gamers, we don't really say nothing unless you say something ignorant like, "Oh, we got exclusives." PC has 20 times more exclusives than both consoles combined. So that's not an argument. But when you're talking about games, that's not when we enter the argument. It's when you start talking about power. Like, stop talking about power. Go back to talking about games. If you're talking about games, we're all good. When you start talking about power on the console, stop. Just stop. Because that's not what you do. That's not what consoles are for.
Let me say this.
They're not about power.
Let me say this. You're right. Console gaming as just a hobby. I say hobby. A hobby. Okay, you know, we should stop talking about power, everybody. Console gamers everywhere. We should stop talking about power. Stop chasing power. You know, you got Sony saying 4K this, 4K that. You got Microsoft saying and teasing Sony like they're not going to be able to do true 4K gaming. You know, listen. That sounds great on, I guess you could say, the box. You know, when you're going in to buy something, you're like, oh, this thing can do 4K. This thing can't. I'm gonna grab that. You know, it sells for that mainstream person who doesn't really know about the details, right? They like saying, oh, this number's bigger than this number. I'm gonna go for that bigger number. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean, as gamers, we should go back on talking about video games content, which place has the games I'd rather be playing. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has exclusives, but what games do you want to play? What platform of games you like to play do you want to play? Push for these developers to make games you rather be playing on their platform. But going back to, I guess, the Scorpio versus the PS4, are Microsoft worried? We already said Microsoft isn't worried, but Pixel, I wanted to ask you, do you think the PS4 Pro can stand, do you think at the end of the day, Microsoft bashing the PS4 Pro, do you think that's gonna, I guess you could say, hurt it? I guess that, yeah. You know what I mean? This holiday season.
I don't think it is. Most people who own PlayStation grew up with PlayStation, and they're always gonna be part of the nation. So I don't like, even if Sony come out with a weaker console next generation, my first console is gonna be a PlayStation. Because it's not even about, yes, I know you said it's about games and everything like that, but it's about a track record too.
Yes.
Sony, every time I had a PlayStation console, it never broke. Xbox is known for the red ring of death. So yeah, think about it like that. I always have a good history with Sony. Whenever my console never messed up. The only thing that messed up my PS4 was a controller.
Yeah, that stupid thumbsticks.
Yeah, and they fixed it overnight. So it's like,
I don't know about all that.
PS5, I'm getting PlayStation 5. You know what I mean? I don't know. I say once you part of the nation, you ain't gonna leave. They already got their loyalty.
They got the hooks in you, Pixel.
Yep.
You bleeding?
For sure, I'm out there.
You bleeding? They got the hooks in you. You bleeding?
Nope. I know my console choice. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I've been thinking about switching to Xbox, but
it's just the experiences, I guess. The experiences you had on PlayStation, as well as, like you said, it was a good experience. A lot of people don't have, like, I know a friend who jumped to Xbox after the whole I guess PSN account thing falling. You know what I mean? Or whatever that was, you know, the blackout or whatever y'all call it on the Sony side. I wasn't there. I was on 360, and he left because he was like, "Man, I can't trust Sony," and Sony definitely, improved themselves since then. It's definitely unfortunate that happened because that happened with PS3. You know what I mean? For them to come back hard with title behind title behind title, and to catch up with Xbox, and some even saying surpass Xbox 360 back on that gen with the titles they had. You know, I think that's remarkable in itself. Like when Sony is back on the wall, they fight better than when they're on the top. Mastalin was talking about last week episode about how Sony right now is like they're starting to go back into their old ways. Now, Mastalin, just real quickly because we passed the 15 marker. Do you think not the same question as Pixel, but do you think the PlayStation Pro would do good this holiday season? Do you think, because it already came off of bad messaging and a lot of people scratching their head, do you think the Pro will do good this holiday season? I know you buying it.
Yeah, I think, you know me. I think it'll be fine. It's not going to sell like the original PS4. I think it'll be okay just because of it's the new thing in the holiday space. So what'll happen is people will try to push it, but the problem will come into all those people who go into Best Buy and go into GameStop, and they're like, I want to buy my kid a PS4, and they're like, okay, well, you got the old one, or you got the PS4 Slim. This is $299. Okay, what does that one do? The same thing as this one, as the old one, except for it doesn't have this.
Yes.
And it's smaller. Yeah. Okay. Well, and then we got this Pro. It's $100 more. What does it do? It does 4K. Well, that's for my kid. I don't really care. They don't need 4K. They don't have a 4K TV anyway.
Yeah. I can see that happening.
Like, well, we got this old one, this original one for $250 sitting right here. We need to get rid of all these. It's $250, $225. Oh. And they're gonna be like, well, give me that one. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna sell to the people that want it, like the people that are already on board with getting the Pro and wanting the 4K and all that. It's gonna sell to those people. It's also gonna sell to the people who go in, have a lot of disposable income, and they're like, just give me the best one y'all got. Yeah. Because they're looking for a PlayStation. Give me the best one y'all got. It's gonna sell to those people. But to the vast majority, what's going to sell is the original PlayStations that's sitting there that need to get cleaned out. Some Slims because people don't know better. And then a couple Pros because their kid is standing right next to them saying, that's the one I want, Dad.
Yes.
Like,
You're so right, Mastalin. I agree with you tenfold because I was telling my friend at work, I was telling him, he was like, hey, I want to get into PS4. What to get? I was like, oh, get the PS4 Slim. It's cheap and it's small and stuff like that. And he was like, what's a Slim? And he was just asking all these questions. Like, the conversation has moved from PS4 being this thing to PS4 being 3 of these things. And I think that's going to confuse the market when, like you said, people go out to buy it. Now, let me say this about that Best Buy employee that says it can only do 4K. He's not selling it better. If I was in that G, wearing my blue shirt, and someone asked me, hey, what the Pro is going to do? I will simply say it's a better PS4. It's gonna run its games. It's gonna run its games better. It's gonna look better, and also the machine is just gonna perform overall better. It's gonna be a hard sell if they're just saying PS4 Pro does 4K. That's gonna be a hard sell. If you just saying PS4 Pro do just 4K, people gonna be like, I don't have a 4K TV, so bye. At the end of the day,
but that's what PlayStation is saying. That's the problem.
That's the problem. That's what the messaging is coming off this bad and horrible messaging. That's gonna hurt.
You're going off of we do 4K. Yep. That is what the Pro is about. We do 4K. It's not about it being a better PlayStation. It's about it being a PlayStation that does 4K.
Let me say this. It's a PlayStation that could do that, but Sony's not stating all the benefits. They're not being loud about it. As far as the whole loud, this thing does 4K. To be honest, they should sell the PS4 or should have, and still have time too, as a better PS4. Hence, Pro behind PS4. But I'll buy what I want to buy, and consumers are going to buy what they want to buy. And like you said, people want to save money. In this holiday season, Lord knows that normal PS4, the 2013 to 2014 model or whatever, that's going to sell for really cheap. And people may get into the PlayStation Nation that way. But going back to if the Pro is going to sell good, we don't know yet. I can care less if it sells a buttload of it, because all I want is from the Pro is to run my games better at locked frame rates or whatever frame rate it's trying to reach, have it locked there, and also being able to capture video at 1080p on SharePlay because I use the PS4 as my main capture device. Right now, I'm trying to save up for an Elgato. Check my Patreon, fellas, if you there listening. But anyway, at the end of the day, this PS4 Pro, is it something Microsoft or Xbox is looking at? Of course, they're talking about it every time they get a chance. But at the end of the day,
about 10 minutes.
Oh, at the end of the day, write in the comment section. What do you think the Pro is? It a threat to the Xbox Scorpio or the Xbox or the Microsoft? Let us know in the comment section below. Let us know do you guys think it's gonna sell good this holiday season? Are you getting one? We'll read it and we thank you if you reached it all the way to the end. This was topic of the show, brought to you by Best Buy. I'm just kidding. No, I'm playing. We don't know about that. Like Best Buy, if you want to, sponsor us, I'm down. But anyway,
yeah, drop that sponsorship, Best Buy.
You right. Master already know he worked for y'all back in the day. So anyway, going to the next topic. All my boys' stuff will be in the description. Follow them, subscribe to them there. We're gonna move on to our last topic. Stay tuned. All right, we are back at our last topic of GamIN Talk, episode 21. The next topic, last topic, is what games are you playing? We are at our first topic of GamIN Talk, episode 21, and it is Nintendo hiding the NX? Question mark? Where is that Nintendo NX?